Hello friends, welcome back. I just did a video earlier today and it's my unofficial introduction, but wanted to share something behind the scenes of that because it's really unusual. The feeling that I got making that video was highly unusual, and I've made over 1,000 videos on different YouTube channels. And normally I don't feel any kind of way when I'm making a video in terms of feelings. Like, I'm just excited to make the video. And this particular video, the introduction video, I felt extremely self-conscious. And I don't exactly know why. I knew I wanted to do one. I committed to making one, and yet I struggled to make that video. And it's funny, I did the video that I put up was my second version. I did one similar to this where I was walking outside, and I didn't really like the audio. I didn't really like the fact that it's bouncing, similar to this one. There were a million things about it that I didn't like. Well, and normally that doesn't stop me at all. Normally I don't even think about those things. I just make the video, I post it, and off it goes. But because this is a new video or new channel, and I've got a new audience, and I don't really know you yet, and you don't really know me yet, I was afraid to talk about my other channel. I was afraid to talk about being in the real estate industry. I was afraid. I don't even know what I was afraid of, but I was afraid. And I felt self-conscious. I couldn't tell you why. So I figured I would share how I was feeling, because I mentioned I would be authentic and I would share some of the things that I'm going through. But it is a great day here in South Florida. I am on a walk, and there's some really nice homes in this neighborhood. Big yards, fenced in yards. It's a really nice place to go for a walk. But I wanted to share, it's funny, I know this is not a real estate channel, and I'm not going to turn it into one, but I went to the dentist yesterday, and it's funny. I was afraid of posting that last video, but I was not afraid to go to the dentist. But anyhow, I went to the dentist, and I'm friends with him. Let's see if I can get that background color right. I'm friends with him. We talk, and thankfully I didn't have any cavities or anything really painful to do other than get my teeth cleaned. But he shared a story about how when he, actually he wasn't even thinking about buying a home, but he and his wife, on a particular weekend a couple of years ago, decided to go check out a new development. And again, they already have a home. It was updated and upgraded, and it's exactly the way they want it. So I guess he thought there was 0% chance that he was going to be seduced into buying a new home. But down here, at least, it's exciting when some of these new developments open. And so if you happen to live near one, it's not uncommon for people to be curious, to walk in, to check out what the new community might look like. And hopefully I can get the color right here. But it's not uncommon for people to be looky-loos. It's not uncommon for people to be curious. They want to see what's going on. So in they went, they checked out this new community, and the wife, which this often happens, she fell in love with the neighborhood. She fell in love with the home, but they weren't ready to, whoa, that light is crazy. They weren't ready to make a decision. And although the wife fell in love, my dentist probably hadn't, and was very satisfied with the home that he has, but they did not make a decision. And they went back home. And they waited for about a week or two. And then they finally decided, you know what? The hell with it. We're going to buy a new home. And it's interesting. I've heard the term happy wife, happy life. And I've also experienced people who are never happy. Now, I'm not saying that's my dentist and his wife at all, but I can tell you there are times where I'm not happy. And I don't like to admit that. That can make me self-conscious. But truthfully, there are times I'm simply not happy. And I'm learning to be happier. I get to learn new things. And going for a walk definitely makes me happier. Anyhow, back to my dentist and his wife. So they go back and they decide they're going to buy the house. What they learn is that the home that they want to buy has increased in price. They've raised the price by damn near 50 grand in 2 weeks. This is a couple of years ago, but that's what happened. And he said, the hell with it, we're going to do it anyway. And it should be noted that my dentist has a very lucrative practice, but he had the means to be able to do so. And speaking of homes being built, they're adding on into an existing one there, but they're doing their thing. Anyhow, and one of the cool things about this particular neighborhood is they have massive backyards, or yards, property. So if you have a home like this and you have the land, it's not uncommon to want to add on to it. But anyhow, my dentist, he decides the hell with it. He's going to buy the home. And then he revealed to me, he's like, Chris, you're not going to believe this, but 2 years later, my home has more than doubled in value. So I bought a half-price home. And that's one way of looking at it. I hadn't really looked at it that way. But he's right. And it is crazy to me how much the home prices have skyrocketed. I keep moving the phone because the sun is blaring in and whiting out the screen. And I honestly hadn't planned on making a video, but I wanted to talk about, where I started was I was feeling self-conscious. And I'm going to continue to push through that, right? This is a new experience for me. It's new for me to, it's not necessarily new for me to talk about my feelings, but it's certainly new for me to share about them on YouTube. And I'm hoping that I'll encourage other folks to lean in, feel their feelings, share their feelings. I think there's tremendous strength in that. There's certainly a version of me that would have argued the opposite, that no, you must bottle up your feelings. You must not feel anything. But I've learned that's really no way to live. So I'm going to cut this short. Hope you enjoyed my walk and talk. Hope you win the day, win the week, win the year. And if nobody's told you today that they love you, just know that I do.